I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for our national anthem. You may be seated.
Good morning. My name is Chris Louder, Superintendent of Cabarrus County Schools, and on behalf of the Cabarrus County Board of Education and the Cabarrus County Schools Administration, I would like to welcome you to today's graduation ceremony as we celebrate and recognize the class of 2019. Each year around this time, I start thinking about graduation and what I'm going to say for my remarks. My major challenge is how to get a group of 17 to 18-year-olds who are nervous and uncomfortable to listen to a 50-year-old man in a dress, speak for a few minutes, and hopefully remember a line or two. The people around me know I'm constantly searching for the right topic. This year, I spoke to our principals at a principals meeting, and when I was finished, one of the principals came up and said, "I think you just got your idea for your graduation speech," and after thinking about it, I decided they were right. What I spoke to the principals about that day was new beginnings and how they affect people in different ways. I talked to them about a song that has always made me think. The song is called Closing Time by a band called Semisonic that was released about 20 years ago. The song takes the idea of the end of a night and the closing of a nightclub and makes it a much deeper idea about life. The line that captured my attention the first time I heard it is the line that's repeated throughout the song. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Let me say that one more time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. What I think this song does so well is to explore how it is exactly these beginnings and endings that make life so interesting and worth living, and how they mean different things to different people when they occur. The reason I think it's such a great song for graduation is here you are at the end of your high school career, at the end of 13 years of education that began when you walked into that kindergarten class in 2006, and at the end of a somewhat pre-scheduled life that's guided you for a long time. For some of you, the end is scary because it will be very different. And for others of you, the end is thrilling because it will be so different. At the same time you're having these endings, you're also having many new beginnings. You'll begin to manage your finances, begin college, begin to be a member of the workforce, and begin to be an overall independent member of society. For all of you, today's end is a new beginning as you walk out of this arena as high school graduates and you begin your life as newly independent adults. For you see, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. As you walk out of here with all of your hope and possibility and new beginnings, I hope you realize that for many of your parents and relatives, it is a very scary time. Their lives are also going to change, as many of you will move out and their homes will be different. Your enthusiasm for your new life and new beginning can be very scary to your parents. They are scared that the baby that they brought home from the hospital with that little tiny wristband is now an adult and is walking out into the great big world, and they won't be able to hold your hand the way they did when your tiny hand grabbed their fingers as a baby, or when you nervously grabbed their hands as you walked into kindergarten for the first time. They want you to be successful adults, but you should be sensitive that your new beginning is coming at one of their toughest ends. You see, they know that some of your new beginnings are going to be great, and others are not going to be as good as you thought. You're probably going to discover that living independently costs more than you thought. And sometimes it was actually nice for someone to tell you what to do, because then you didn't have to think about it. Freedom comes with a lot of responsibility, and some adults reminisce about the days that they didn't have to think. They just got up and went to school. Your parents wish they could protect you from these decisions and from the world. They wish they could just hold your hand and everything would be okay. But you and they, deep down, know that they have to let you go and start all of your new beginnings, because every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. And so, class of 2019, it's closing time. And as the song says, it's time to open all the doors and let you out into the world. As you walk through the doors, know that we all love you and we're very proud of you. We can't wait to see all the things that you can do, and we can't wait to watch you celebrate in all of your new beginnings. As you walk on that journey that will be filled with some beginnings and some endings, never forget that your loved ones are right there to hold your hand if you need them, and that every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Hi everyone, my name's Christina Preciado. Firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Lauder and our esteemed Board of Education for their commitment to our students and community. Success begins with our leaders and the directions they give. También quería darle gracias a mi familia, los quiero para siempre. Now, good morning fellow faculty, graduates, friends, and family. To all of my classmates, congratulations. We have finally made it to the day that seemed would never come. I am so proud of each and every one of us for our continued dedication to not only our education, but also our future. Words cannot even begin to describe the innumerable emotions swarming through not only my head, but I'm sure all of yours as well. As we sit here, pride beaming through our eyes, hope gathering in our hearts, I ask each and every one of you to humble yourselves for a moment and think of all of the mistakes that you have made leading up to this point. Some mistakes minute, while others seeming so great that it appeared as if the world would end. Whether we were skipping class, getting speeding tickets, or whatever our dumb decision of the day was, there are abundant examples of our mistakes. Yet, somehow, we sit here basking in the celebration of our accomplishments. Humanity has long been composed of endless world-changing mistakes, but mistakes are what make us human, and it is in our simple humanity that allows for greatness to shine through. Many of us, including myself, reduce our progress, our achievements, and our admirable attributes, imagining it to be impossible to be as distinguished or notable as those who have made real changes in the world. But what we must realize is that we are as powerful as those we admire. Humanity is a common thread between us all, uniting us both in power and in error. As author George Saunders says, that luminous part of you that exists beyond personality, your soul, if you will, is as bright and as shining as any that has ever been, bright as Shakespeare's, bright as Gandhi's, bright as Mother Teresa's. Believe that it exists, come to know it better, nurture it, share its fruits tirelessly. As we all sit together as a class for the very last time, I ask for you all to always move in the direction of kindness. Volunteer in your community, stop to help, be thoughtful and selfless in all that you do. Do not allow anyone to reduce you. You're as bright and as important as anybody else. And for those you see being reduced, help them. Now may we go, fearless of the future mistakes we are bound to commit. May we make the world more interesting and humanity more gracious merely by existing. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.
Good morning. Can you all hear me okay? Am I good? Okay. To the class of 2019, the Board of Education, Superintendent Lauder, the faculty, our friends, and our families, thank you for allowing me this great honor. This day is unique and surreal. It's a day of excitement, achievement, buzzing minds, fast-beating hearts, and sweating palms. For some, graduation is a bitter end, for others, a bright beginning, and for even more, it is both. But of all the things that today may be for everyone gathered here, supremely, it is a day of celebration. We have more to celebrate than what graduation is in its most basic form. The fact that all of us are going to receive pieces of paper certifying that we attained all of the necessary credits and didn't miss too many classes, although some of us came really close. There's only so much to celebrate in that because, frankly, millions of people do it around the world annually. But what is to be celebrated is each and every one of us individual graduates. Searching among those millions of people for a group similar to us would always be done in vain. So I'm grateful that we're celebrating more than just the meeting of criteria or the passing of a milestone, because I believe there's a myriad of things that makes this class different and, in our own right, very great. Arguably one of the best thinkers, philosophers, and just overall legends of our lifetime, Will Smith, once said that greatness exists in all of us. I think he was right. Some of us excelled in a sport, or two or three, the arts, a club, a leadership position, an organization, or any number of things that have comprised our impressive resumes. Some of us made a mark in our community through a dedication to service, an offering of our time and attitudes. Some of us found our strength in grades, in sleeping way less than we should have for the sake of a paper, pushing our limits in AP classes, or in my case, petitioning a teacher for the extension of a deadline and relating it to a lesson about constitutional rights. The point is, we did what was necessary. And still others found a way to shine in other avenues, faithfully showing up to a job every day, helping around our homes, cracking jokes in a class of zombies at 7:15 a.m. first period, painting on the walls in the biology classroom, hyping up the student section at football games, or simply being there to offer a smile or a laugh or to talk to a classmate in their time of need. And our diverse endeavors won't end with high school. Before me sit future educators, writers, doctors of law and medicine, farmers, accountants, researchers. We will be engineers, hairstylists, electricians, military servicemen and women, business owners of all kinds, and occupy any other imaginable niche to be filled in society. Also among my classmates are future parents, world travelers, organization leaders, thinkers, dreamers, and doers. Our yet unknown successes will come in their right forms and in their due time, and I know they will derive from the potential that I see as intrinsic to the members of this graduating class. As convenient as it would be to have a mold for us to fit into, an exact path to follow leading straight to a glorious end result, that is not the case. As is evident, we're all different. There is no one definition of a good person, a good student, or a good Mount Pleasant Tiger, and thank goodness there isn't. It is a beautiful reality that we have all formed our own lives and decided our own ways to make ourselves and our families proud. There is no singular cookie-cutter definition of making it or being successful. Greatness has many faces. With that said, in this moment, I ask for all the graduates to reflect and be very proud of your individual accomplishments and of all the things that make you who you are. There will be moments of struggle, times where your accomplishments and attributes will be questioned, even temporarily lost. But in those moments, choose to remember moments like this, where you were recognized, lifted up, and celebrated. Never let anyone, a professor, employer, or any other person or any other thing convince you that your greatness is not great enough. Thank you.
Good morning, Dr. Lauder, board members, parents, staff, and those who have traveled far and near for this wonderful event. Especially, welcome and good morning, class of 2019. Well, you guys made it. You've arrived at graduation day. I'm glad to say there are very few seniors who are tardy. So Dr. Lauder, I think we should have class more often, Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. When Kendall asked me a few months ago to give a speech at graduation, I was both honored and humbled. I thought, what should I say? Should I talk about, make analogies about learning to drive, or perhaps, your journey from freshman year to senior year? Perhaps an analogy, like a sports analogy, like being a JV athlete to a varsity starter. What I realized, though, were all those analogies were about change. And this class has seen a lot of change. I want to give you some words of wisdom, something that will take with you the rest of your lives, something that you'll think back on in years with awe and bring you up in times of struggle. But I realize most of you will probably not remember a single word I'm about to say. If you do remember something, please remember this. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. You have faced many changes and challenges over the last 4 years. You've faced much adversity this year. You have been tested personally and as a class. The way you react to situations prepare you for the next time you have a difficult issue. And I've had the pleasure of seeing this senior class be successful and excel in the classroom, on the field, in the shop, on the stage, in the community, and on the court. Because you guys have achieved so much, and it is evident that you've learned from your mistakes as a group, there are times you had to face these struggles as individuals. And at Mount, you had many challenges. So how did you react when you struggled at Mount? Well, I hope when you leave Mount Pleasant High School, you take with you what it means to be a Tiger, okay? Now you have the opportunity to move on from Mount Pleasant High School and go out into the world and change it for the better. The skills and lessons you have learned at Mount will help you become successful. One day, you might even get a chance to work for a company like the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. Thank you. You have done great things at Mount, and you continue to do great things. Look around this room right now, and look at all the people who have gathered to help you celebrate these accomplishments. There are teachers and parents and grandparents, family members, coaches, friends, and members of the community who have all been there for you throughout your journey. The one constant in life is change, and you can be sure of that. Many of you actually have been Tigers most of your lives. But no longer are there little tiger paws painted on the ground like there were at elementary school, guiding you to your classroom. Because you were a Tiger then. And then you were also a Tiger when you were at the old middle school, and you walked through the courtyards and the hallways with all of its unique sounds and smells. But for the last 4 years, you've been a Mount Pleasant High School Tiger, and you have made your mark there. Being a Tiger is more than just football Friday nights and chicken bowl Mondays. Okay? Take pride in what it means to be a Mount Pleasant Tiger, because soon you'll be Mount Pleasant alumni. The next phase of your life is waiting for you once you walk across this stage. How are you going to react to it? And remember, once a tiger, always a tiger. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Those were some really good speeches, so that's going to be pretty hard to top. However, the time has come. We finally made it, here on this stage about to graduate, in front of everybody. The journey of our lives, it's soon to start, and just like that, everything is about to change drastically. Some of us may never see each other again, at least not until the class reunions far down the road. I'm going to miss this school and everybody in here, from the staff to the students. Nearly everyone has played some sort of role to me. I've really enjoyed watching us all grow together into this Mount Pleasant community. These teachers have shown us different ways and taught us many lessons beyond just classwork, doing whatever they can to teach us and guide us over these past 4 years. My parents have always told me to not wish my life away. It will get here soon enough, and they've been right. They've told me not to fret over the little things and to enjoy my life. It will only be a matter of time before we are consumed with families and life-changing careers of our own. All I can say is they are right. It's been great here, and I've learned many lessons on what I wish to pursue. Here are my 5 favorite lessons I've learned over the years. 1, serve others. Do not be selfish and work to better others along with yourself. Do not be scared to work with someone who is different. Just because someone is different physically, mentally, or even anything else, embrace that and be okay working with them. Personally, I try to help everyone from friends, kids, teachers, people with disabilities, and the elderly. No one is ever too good to help someone in need, and it will always make that person feel better. It also makes you feel better as a person. Always ask yourself, what's your good deed of the day at the end of each day? And always try to answer that question at the end of each day. 2, be a leader. Be courageous and be strong. Do not be afraid to take control of a situation. When you're a strong leader, you will gain followers, and you can show them ways to be selfless so that you can all better each other. Leaders make many calls of their own, but they also learn from their followers. Once you're a leader, don't let the pressure get to you. Embrace it and maintain your ability. 3, always aim for success. Do not be afraid of failure. That will hold you back from reaching success. If you're scared of failure, you may not push yourself to be the best, and you might miss out on an opportunity to be successful. Never settle for Never settle for less than you're worth, and make your mark. 4, be yourself. No one can tell you who you are, what you want, or what makes you who you are. Set goals for yourself as a person and achieve those goals. Embrace who you are, show it off, and be proud of yourself. 5, lastly, never give up on yourself. We have all worked very hard to get here today, graduating, and no one can take away all of the work you have put into this. Some of us may be going to further your education, and some may be going directly into the workforce or the military. Either way, never give up on yourself. Whether it's a big final exam or a difficult task to perform at work, do not doubt yourself. Instead, be strong, push through, and persevere. I want to give a huge thanks to everyone who has helped me in my daily challenges in life. I want to thank the Lord for making me who I am and never leaving my side. My friends who have always been there for me through thick and thin. My teachers who have done whatever it takes to see me succeed. My family who has raised me to be the man that I am. And lastly, my parents. Mom and Dad, you have given me everything I need to succeed and be prosperous. Thank you for all you do. I love you all. Thank you. You have all pushed me to be the man that I am, and nothing can change that part of me. Thank you.
Good morning, graduates, friends, and most importantly, the people that have supported us every step of the way, family. I am incredibly thankful to be able to stand here in this moment and get to see each of your faces and share it with the ones you love the most, which is why I would like to share with each of you from my point of view. Everyone, please smile. You know, they say high school goes by in a blink, and they're right. But that blink contains a lifetime of information that you carry with yourself for the rest of your life. For some of us, it meant waking up early for workouts, followed by a 7-hour day at school, sports practice, and then another few hours of homework. For others, it meant excelling in theater or practicing until you couldn't get something wrong in band. Whatever your day was like, it made you who you are today. It taught you perseverance, hard work, and determination. Although we all experience high school in a different way, there is one thing we all share: what it means to be a Tiger. Under Friday Night Lights, I can remember looking up into the stands while cheering and seeing the faces of each and every Tiger, past and present. I'm thankful we grew up in a community that cherishes its students and continually supports them. If I ever feel lost while in college, or I'm a state away, or across the world, I know Mount Pleasant will welcome me home with open arms. When I first came to Mount Pleasant in middle school and heard the phrase, "Once a Tiger, always a Tiger," I didn't realize the significance this quote would come to hold for each and every one of us. This school year alone, Mount Pleasant won the football, baseball, tennis, wrestling, and volleyball conference championships. We rallied around Bailey with Dream on 3 and were able to send her to Florida to join the Orlando Magic dance team. We supported Landon Honeycutt through a long voting process where he received Big 22 for football. Our Awesome Club won Commissioner's Cup for a 5th year in a row. The Mount Pleasant Band won overall grand champion in the 2A class at all of their competitions this season. I could list several accomplishments about this class, but it would never do justice to represent the amount of talent, intelligence, and service within each of us. When I think about Mount Pleasant High School, I think of a hometown crowd supporting sports and extracurricular activities no matter how close or how far they take place. I think of a cherry lemon sundrop from Whataburger after a long, hard day at school. I think of hearing "Make It a Great Day in Tigerland" each and every morning from Miss Dixon. I think of Mr. Adcock asking how my day has been. I think of waving to Mr. Sullivan at every sports event. I think of Mr. Snyder peeking his head into each classroom in the morning to say hello. I think of a student body that can achieve anything they set their hearts and minds to. I think of what it means to be a Tiger. As we navigate the next part of our lives, I hope you think about all of these things. I hope you remember where you came from. I hope you know that you can achieve great things. I hope you all have the courage to take chances and chase your dreams. I hope that when you spot me in a grocery store 10 years from now, you will stop and say hello. But most of all, I hope you recall that once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Congratulations, and God bless the class of 2019.
Good morning. To the graduating class of 2019, I first want to thank you for welcoming me to Mount Pleasant. A little over 8 weeks ago, you handled my transition as your principal with excitement, kindness, and maybe a little dread of the unknown. Transitions can be tricky. They can come with fear, uncertainty, rejuvenation, and readiness. Transitions will be a part of your journey through adulthood, and today marks a monumental one for you and your family. The comfort of routine that has existed in the last 13 years now shifts for both of you. While you are eager and ready, I imagine there are a little bit of all the emotions I listed before. And for your parents, well, just bear with them. They are proud and adjusting to transitions as well. The key to transition is how you handle them. People of influence have given you some guidance to help you out. Chinese philosopher Confucius said, "It doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop." Hall of Fame coach Coach K has said, "I have a plan of action, but the game is a game of adjustments." And former Mount Pleasant alumni, your very own Avett brothers said, "The day will come, the sun will rise, and we'll be fine." Your journey thus far has already proven to be one of tremendous success. During 4 years at Mount Pleasant High School, the class of 2019 has earned over $2 million in scholarships in a variety of academic and military fields. In addition, this class has achieved many athletic and extracurricular achievements, oftentimes setting school records. Perhaps the most impressive achievement is your service to those in the community, especially those in need. Putting others before yourself through compassion, generosity, and kindness will lead you to joy and fulfillment in your lives. It has been my pleasure to serve as your principal and get to know you in our short time. I want you to remember that whatever transition you make, there is no place like home, and the turn to 700 Walker Road is always a welcoming one if you're ever in need of our help. Your amazing teachers, coaches, counselors, and administration are so very proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2019. At this time, Dr. Louder, parents, and special guests, it is my pleasure to present to you the following candidates for graduation. Junior marshals, will you please take your places?
Ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with the dignity and seriousness of this event, we ask that you refrain from yelling or whistling during the program. Please hold your applause until the completion of the diploma presentation. Thank you. At this time, let's meet the Mount Pleasant High School class of 2019. Aaliyah Sanita Abernathy. Hayden Worth Earhart, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Wilson Davis Earhart, cum laude. Jared Lee Allman. Samantha Lee Allman. Tony Elise Allman. Sarah Olivia Alzaid, cum laude. Israel Esther Andrade. Savannah Nicole Arazi, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Amanda Catherine Otten, magna cum laude. Bailey Weston Barbie. Cody Deshawn Guy Barnhart. Sierra Star Beeman. Madeline Marie Bergeron, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Noah Eric Berriman. Braxton Stewart Black. Devin Caleb Blackwell. Jordan Nicole Blankenship. Ryan Christopher Bonnet, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Jacob Tyler Bushell. Mona Lynn Boyd, cum laude. Alyssa Marie Branch, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Sabrina Josephine Brennan, magna cum laude. Madison Renee Briggs. Christopher Sherburne Brown. Bailey Jennifer Burchett, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. McKay Timothy Burke, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Matthew Scott Burleson, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Cameron Jennings Bird. Kyle Martin Carlton. Daisy Carmona Torres. Noah Adam Carpenter. Cody Jean Cobble. Baldwin Michael Chamberlain. Sydney Yvette Chamberlain. Kaylin Sierra Klontz. Bryce Kaylee Cochran. Caleb Edward Cook. Seth Bryant Cook, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Clark Westmoreland Corson. William Cade Couch, summa cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Nicholas Elijah Cruz. Venus Celeste Custer. Chance James DeQuilla, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Chasen DeCarlos Durr. Jacob Allen Dillon. Madison Nicole Dry, cum laude. Malia Marie Eaton, summa cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Bryson Ryan Eford, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Reagan Olivia Elliott. James Robert Ernst. Molly Astrid Escorza. Alston Jones Udi. Adam David Farmer. Grady Reed Fisher, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Alyssa Denise Foster, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Aaliyah Paige Fowler, North Carolina Scholar. Fisher Ryan Furr, cum laude. Peyton Denise Furr, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Sarah Elizabeth Gandy. Zachary Clute Galegi. Elijah Lester Goforth, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Michelle Gomez Lira, cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Caden Linwood Graham. Abby Elizabeth Greason, summa cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Adam Richard Grelecki, summa cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Derek Allen Griffin. Jacob Spencer Griffin. Zachary John Griffin. Garrett James Hamill. Sarah Elizabeth Hamill. Ashton Graham Hardican. Elizabeth Carol Hartzell. Logan Bryant Hatley. Luke Thomas Helms. Ashley Lynn Henry. Sierra Dawn Hilton. Garrett Timothy Homza. Jonathan Zachary Honeycutt. Landon Cole Honeycutt, magna cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Taylor Nicole Hopkins, cum laude. Taylor Nicole Hopper. Daryl Ellis Horton, cum laude. Devin Joe Hudson, cum laude, North Carolina Scholar. Jaron Lee Hunt. Carson Garrett Herlocker. Daniel Luke Eisenhower, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Jerry Dylan Eisenhower. Ian Edward Barrier Jones. Kayla May Key. Allison Elizabeth King, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Bailey Tristan Klutz. Christian David Klutz. Mason Timothy Koob, magna cum laude. Jackson Scott Kyle, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Tyler Farron Kyle. Michael Patrick Lambert, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Lauren Gwyneth Lawing. Brett Owen Laws, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Peyton Ryan Lear. Kalina K. Lee. Jenna Juanita Leffler. Bryson David Leonard, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Dylan Wayne Leonard. Hayden Ezra Leonard, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Jonathan Riley Leonard. Michelle Marie Lockwood. Elliot Lopez Tapia. Alanta Jade Love. Jalen Wayne Love. Eric Patrick Alexander Lozano. Isabel Daisy Lyon, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Elijah Spencer Martin. Zachary Ray Martin. Diana Carol Martinez Ortiz. Sean Michael Matkins. Mackenzie Marie Maynard, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Cade Miller McDonald, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Eric Michael McKinney. Eli Drayton McManus, cum laude. Garrett Michael McManus, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Lenora Lynn McMillian. John Tucker Mead, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. William Wesley Marathew. Savannah Dawn Miller, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Victor Eden Moore. Kylie Jade Morris. Elizabeth Caroline Murillo. Conley Key Neal. Katie Nicole Newman. Emily Kathleen Odom, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Grayson Rachel Osborne, cum laude. Garrett Patrick Overbay, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Emmanuel Perez Rizzo, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Bailey Cheyenne Pethel, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Chastity Celeste May Plummer. Ryan Franklin Porter, cum laude. Leanne Marie Potts. Christina Preciado, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Mackenzie Marie Pucci. Summer Ann Pulliam, cum laude. Caitlin Kelza Ramey. Evelyn Alexandra Ramirez Vasquez, cum laude. Alan Ramirez Barrera. Trinity Celestina Ramos, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Kendall Grace Redmond, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Alexander Rafael Reyes. Brian Rivera Almanza. Mary Caitlin Louise Roseberry. Camden Elise Saffel, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Colin William Safrit. Rachel McKenna Safrit, cum laude. Zachary Miguel Sestoki. Mason Lee Saunders. Carly Nicole Scaff, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Christopher Michael Shokowski. Austin Thomas Settle. Dalton Luke Shaver, cum laude. Jacob Lewis Shields, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Lauren Michelle Semino, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Mary Madison Isabel Ski, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Brandon Clay Smith, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Olivia Macon Smiley, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Victoria Alexis Sneed. Caroline Rose Soblowski, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Casey Amber Spears, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Victoria Scarlett Speller. Nathan Philip Stansel. Jacob Michael Stigall. Quinnell Jermaine Michael Stevens. Ian Tyler Quinn Stewart. Spencer Weston Storm, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Brandon Ray Stover. Alexa Ray Strickland. Corey Mitchell Summerlin, cum laude. Emily Marie Thomas, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Jacob Douglas Thompson. Tristan James Tillman. Ian Matthew Tomlin, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Michael James Troll. Robert Dayton Tyler, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Claire Marie Tynan, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Caitlin Kiera Usher, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Alicia Nicole Van Buskirk, cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Kayla Marie Van Buskirk, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Danielle Marie Vernon. Madison Brooke Waller. Michael Clifton Wax, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Bailey Campbell Weems, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Joel Anthony Whaley Jr. Jeremiah Keith Wilburn. Nikita Lucille Williams. Lindsay Bray Woods, magna cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Emily Grace Yates, summa cum laude, North Carolina scholar. Brianna Lynn Zimmerly. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Mount Pleasant High School class of 2019.
Will the class of 2019 please stand? In the presence of these witnesses and by the power invested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Cabarrus County Board of Education, I now pronounce you graduates of Mount Pleasant High School. You may now move your tassels. Congratulations, class of 2019.